fighting the flu, why some racecourses in Australia have been swapping horses for camels. More than a club, why FC Barcelona gave children's charity UNICEF a helping hand. Comeback quest, we speak to former world #1 Lindsay Davenport about her return to tennis, motherhood and her aim of winning a second Olympic gold medal. And learning from the best, China's women get a softball lesson in America. Welcome to Sportsworld, Al Jazeera's regular look at sport around the globe. I'm Joanna Gajarowska. We'll start in Australia, where a severe outbreak of horse flu has forced many racetracks to shut down at what should have been the height of the spring racing carnival. Thousands of workers in the horse racing industry have been left without jobs and are facing an uncertain future. But as Al Jazeera's Dan Nolan reports from Sydney, some racing clubs have been going to unusual measures to stay afloat.
They don't look like horses and they don't sound like horses. But with equine flu hitting Sydney, this is the closest thing to horse racing you'll get. Sydney's first official camel races were held at the Harold Park Harness Racing Club. Equine influenza has shut normal racing down here for 2 months.
The aim is to lift a little bit of the depression that's here at Harold Park. We haven't raced here for 8 weeks, so you know, we've got to do something. Our staff have been wondering what's going to happen next.
Australian laws prevent gambling on camel racing, but that didn't stop a large crowd of amused onlookers showing up.
The novelty value of these races masks the real damage being caused to the Australian horse industry. Sydney and Brisbane, two of the country's biggest racing centres, are still completely shut down. The estimated loss is $4 million each day.
A vaccination program for 95,000 horses is underway, but the virus is spreading too quickly. It's costing thousands of people their income.
Oh, so I won't be there on Wednesday then. So I'm getting a holiday this week.
If only it was a holiday for farrier Bob Sim, who spends his days cancelling appointments instead of fitting horses with new shoes.
We're losing $600–700 a day, anything up to $1,000. We can't do any work at all. Primarily, you're virtually sitting at home waiting. You're just losing your income straight out.
Sydney's Royal Randwick was the first racecourse to shut down because of the horse flu. The grandstands have been empty for 8 weeks now. Nobody's sure exactly when the next race meeting will be held.
This is the most lucrative time of the year for racehorse trainers. You know, this time last year we won about $3 million in prize money, of which we're a 10% recipient. So, you know, it's quite a substantial opportunity loss, that's for sure.
John O'Shea's stables are still in quarantine. He says the government's $100 million compensation package has helped keep him and many others afloat. For now.
I don't think too many industries can suffer having 12 months without earning any income, and we're looking at the period of about 5 or 6 months at the moment, but any longer than that ultimately sound the death knell for the racing industry in this state.
The best case scenario is for a return to racing in Sydney in mid-December. Until then, the camels will hold centre stage. Dan Nolan, Al Jazeera, Sydney.
Now to a decision that caused huge controversy. Catalan football fans were outraged when FC Barcelona decided to end more than 100 years of tradition and wear sponsorship on their famous kit. Yet all was not quite what it seemed, as Carrie Brown reports.
For over a century, FC Barcelona stubbornly kept their team strip sponsor-free, claiming this would not sit well with the community spirit of the club. While football's top flight and even amateur weekend league sides cashed in, Barcelona's logo-free shirts gained iconic status worldwide. In the summer of 2006, after star players Ronaldinho and Eto'o had led the side to European Champions League and Spanish League glory, the Catalan club announced it was signing a 5-year kit sponsorship deal. Fans were outraged. Until it emerged Barcelona's top stars would be emblazoned with the logo of the children's charity UNICEF, and that FC Barcelona itself would pay for the privilege, donating $2 million a year to the charity.
We are developing the positioning of Football Club Barcelona as more than a club in the world. More than a club means a club that has soul, that has feelings about people, that we wanted to put this emblem of UNICEF in our t-shirt. We pay to UNICEF an amount of money in order to participate in programs helping children and helping boys and girls more vulnerable of the world.
The reason FC Barcelona refuses corporate sponsorship lies behind the club's philosophy that it is més que un club, more than a club. The club is based in the heart of Barcelona, the capital of Catalonia, and has been instrumental in its history. In 2006, Catalonia finally won nation status from Spain, but the fight for recognition has been a long and bloody one. Tens of thousands died in the nation's name over the decades, including FC Barcelona's own president. Football Club Barcelona became an outlet for Catalan nationalism. At one time, it was the only place the outlawed Catalan language was spoken, and the club's colours became a symbol of the cause. Thus, FC Barcelona is not only regarded by its fans as a club side, but a national team.
Catalans, till now, we have non-official national team in order to compete in international competitions. And Barça in football is a kind of national team of Catalonia in this sense, because our supporters have the Barça flag and the Catalan flag. And well, that's mean a link that exists, accept, and we promote.
The club's community spirit is not an empty slogan. The majority of Europe's top football teams try not to publish the address of their training grounds, and tight security ensures the players train away from public view. But at FC Barcelona, fans are invited in to watch most sessions. It's this close community that's kept one of football's most popular stars at the club.
Antes de venir aquí, yo tenía el Barcelona solo como un equipo de fútbol.
Before I came here, I only knew Barcelona as a football team. I didn't know anything about the club's history. So every day that passes, I'm learning new things about it. And I see that it's more than a club because the entire city revolves around it.
No se mueve en torno del club, entonces.
And for me, that's what makes it special.
El Barça más que un club. Para mí es perfecto, ¿no? Jugar en un club.
It's perfect to be a club that has the possibility to help the children.
Es una situación no muy agradable para nosotros jugadores. Entonces,
the players get upset by the stories of suffering, so it's an honor to wear the shirt.
De la forma que se lleva, ¿no? Entonces, para nosotros es un orgullo pasar por esto.
In April, Barcelona won the Spirit of Sport Award at the Laureus Sports Awards for their partnership with UNICEF. But former Barcelona star Gio van Bronckhorst is not convinced the club will be able to continue to turn down lucrative sponsorship deals.
It's difficult to ignore, I think, at a stage. I mean, people are paying crazy money to be on the shirts of big teams, and hopefully it won't happen. But you know, I can understand you know, the position of the club, and you know, they've been talking to a lot of brands the last years, but you know, eventually they choose to get UNICEF on the chest. But you know, I think if Barcelona will have a shirt sponsor, then it must be the best sponsor deal in the world.
Barcelona, however, doesn't appear to be struggling to attract the big names. Their latest signing, Thierry Henry, leaving Premiership side Arsenal for the Camp Nou and La Liga.
If we destinate a part of these incomes to the social corporate responsibility of our club, I think that is good for our image, is good for our players, and that's mean at the same time that the players like this and they want to be players of Football Club Barcelona. And we felt this.
So Barcelona's players will wear the UNICEF logo on their shirts until 2009, but then the difficult decision for the club, whether they stay reliant on the funds coming through this gate or cash in on that big money cheque. Carrie Brown, Al Jazeera, at the Camp Nou, Barcelona.
Well, as ever, you can keep up to date with all the latest sports news on our website, aljazeera.net/English. Stay with Sportsworld because coming up, we speak to former world tennis #1 Lindsay Davenport about her comeback. And learning from the best how China's women get a softball lesson in America.